For a decade, 16 gigs of RAM was the golden rule for gaming. Buy 16 gigs and you're future-proof. Simple. But that just changed. In May 2026, Qwerty updated their official Windows 11 guidance and officially posted 32 gigs of RAM as a new, no-worries standard. Yeah, you heard right. So the question is this just another upgrade trap? Or is your 16 gig system already struggling without you realizing it? Let's break it down. What's really happening inside your PC? Hey everyone, and welcome back to Sudama Lab, where we explain tech things that really matters. So here is the truth. Most people miss. Your gaming isn't the biggest RAM user anymore, but your desktop is. Modern Windows 11 is no longer lightweight. It's built on web technologies, basically like running mini browser everywhere. Apps like Discord, Spotify, Steam, even part of Windows itself are powered by Chromium-style frameworks, and they're RAM-hungry. Now let me show you a real-world scenario. I'm just opening my PC's task manager, and if I go to the Performance tab, you can see I'm using 16 gigs of RAM as a base memory. And in that scenario, Windows 11 itself eating 3.7 gigs of RAM itself in ideal mode. I've not opened any tab in a web browser, even I'm not running any application. And at the same time, if you use Discord plus Spotify, another 1.5 gigs of RAM will be eaten. That means in total, it's eating 5.1 gigs. Let's see. And at the same time, I open many tabs. So if you're using browser and there are many tabs opened, you can see more 2 to 3 gigs of RAM is eaten by your browser. So in that scenario, you're already using 6 to 7 gigs of RAM. That's before launching a game. Now think about it. If you have 16 gigs in total, your game gets maybe 8 to 9 gigs max. But modern AAA titles, they want 10 to 12 gigs. Minimum for smooth gameplay. That's the first bottleneck. Now let's talk about what's happening inside modern games. Technologies like DirectStorage, sampler feedback streaming have completely changed how games load assets. Instead of loading everything up front, games now stream data in real time from your SSD. Sounds amazing, right? It is. But there is a catch. Your RAM becomes a high-speed buffer zone. Think of it like this: SSD to RAM to VRAM to GPU. If your RAM is full, Windows starts using something called a page file, basically fake RAM stored on your SSD. And even the fastest SSD is much slower than DDR5 memory. Result: Micro-Stutter, frame drops, sudden lag spikes. Even if your average FPS looks fine, this is where things get serious. Because gaming performance isn't just about FPS anymore. It's about frame consistency. That's where 1% loss comes in. Average FPS meaning how fast your game runs. 1% loss meaning how smooth it feels. On 16 gig systems, Windows constantly relocates memory. Background apps fight with your games, RAM gets mixed out, and that results frame time spikes. But on 32 gig systems, everything changes. No aggressive memory swapping, background apps stay stable, game assets load smoothly, and that results to flat frame time graph, buttery smooth gameplay. This is why Microsoft calls 32 gigs the no-worries zone. Now let's keep it real and no hype. 16 gigs of RAM still usable if you play esports titles, you close background apps, you game at 1080p. It's now the minimum baseline. In 32 gigs RAM, the new sweet spot. You multitask Discord plus Chrome plus gaming, you play AAA titles. You stream or record gameplay, you want zero stutter. This is recommended standard in 2026. And here is the ultimate 64 gigs plus RAM. Only if you edit 4K or 8K video, you use heavy modes, you run virtual machines. Not needed for most gamers. So is 16 gigs dead? Not exactly. But it's no longer comfortable. It's the new minimum requirements. If you want smooth, stress-free experience in modern gaming, 32 gigs is no longer overkill. It's the new normal. If you found this video helpful, Leave a like and subscribe to take Sudama Lab for real and no-nonsense tech breakdowns. And also let me know in the comments, are you still on 16 gigs or already upgraded to 32 gigs? Because trust me, 2026 is just getting started. So thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.